Do you struggle when it comes to your emotions? Like sometimes they just rush over you like a wave sweeping across a beach, or you just can't understand them and what they're trying to tell you. You don't know where they're stemming from. Well, today I'm gonna actually dive into what emotions really are at the core. So this video may be of value to you. If this is something that interests you, then tune in. I have something special for you. So it's generally known that emotions are energy moving throughout our bodies. And I think we can all attest to feeling our emotions, and they feel like sensations of contraction and also expansion of the body. The contraction is normally when we're in a fear state or when we're uncertain about something, and expansion when we're more in a love state and we're open to receiving and embracing the world around us. So yeah, in Latin it's pronounced emoted. If I'm pronouncing that right, please let me know in the comment section. And this literally means energy in motion, and it just couldn't get more simpler than that. So I want to go into the talk about energy and emotions overall, but we're learning that they're pretty much one and the same. So researchers have been able to further this understanding for us by describing the upward and downward spiral effects of emotions. So generally, when we feel an upward spiral, this correlates with expansion, such as feelings of joy, of happiness, of love. And a downward spiral actually correlates and indicates contraction and feelings such as resentment and fear. And this is something that I know innately. So if I know it, I know that all of you guys watching have to know it and feel it too. It's just a natural thing. A lot of the times when I'm feeling my emotions, sometimes I just don't even know where it stemmed from, and I don't know exactly in that moment how to control it. And for me, that's where meditation has come in and really helped ground me and show me what reality is versus my perception that's clouded by my emotions. So the ways that we can actually begin to work with this knowledge and understand that emotions can actually be worked with, and they can actually be harnessed for greater results. So in itself, emotional energy is neutral. It's the feeling, sensation, and physiological reaction that makes a specific emotion positive or negative. So in a nutshell, this means that our emotions are influenced by our outward stimuli, the things that are affecting our senses, that we're letting into our senses, that we're surrounding ourselves with. And this is kind of like common knowledge, but sometimes we need a reminder that if you're constantly in a lower vibration, a lower state of being, then you probably, number one, should evaluate your outward circumstances, like the foods you're eating, if you're exercising or not, on a weekly, at least 3-4 times a week. And it doesn't have to be any strenuous, crazy exercises, but you need movement, you need some kind of activities. You need some kind of activities to allow these sensations and emotions and this energy to flow through you. Why do you think it feels so great when you're active and you're exercising, you're working out, you're doing the things you're supposed to do, you're checking off your to-do list? Doesn't this sound amazing? This is what I'm trying to be on moving forward into 2020. So feeling is what you label as anger, sadness, joy, or fear. It is then your interpretations or thoughts about emotional energy that give it meaning. So this is another valuable lesson. With meditation, it helps to not let that monkey mind, I know you've heard that term before, but not let that monkey mind control your life, and getting a handle on those thoughts so that they don't take control over your emotions and your whole state of being. Your thoughts are just one aspect of yourself, but you are so much more than your thoughts. You're so much more than your thoughts. Emotions serve as the carrier waves for the entire spectrum of feelings. Understanding that emotions are energy implies that they are fluid, moving resources meant to be felt and released versus suppressed and ignored. This is something so huge. We have got to stop this cycle of suppressing our feelings, not pursuing the things that we actually want to do that makes our hearts feel amazing. You know, we're living in a time where that doesn't fly now. You know, you have to really be in tune with yourself. You have to know yourself in this day and age. We're living in the information age, in the age of knowing. So, you know, keep that in mind with your emotions. It's not all about just intelligence and, you know, taking in and consuming knowledge. It's also about having knowledge of self and the way that you react in situations. That's a very, very high knowledge on the totem pole. So if you actually suppress and ignore your emotions, then you're more prone to stress and burnout. So definitely let's figure out ways that we can release these emotions and be our best selves, something I always love to talk about. So here's an interesting fact. This is gonna blow both of our minds right now. So studies have shown that the emotional brain is considered to have executive power in the brain. The emotional brain has executive power in the brain. It influences all decision-making, thought processes, memories, and present experiences. Your ability to understand, deal with, and effectively use your emotional energy is vital to your happiness levels. Wow. Had I not have made this video and come across this, you know, I wouldn't have known this knowledge. Like, I'm very into understanding my emotions and knowledge of self, but it's always so amazing to look into the science of things and what has been proven as well. And if you want to see it for yourself as well, I'm going to actually drop a link below of the article that I'm receiving a lot of this research and the scientific research and knowledge from as well. So the sensations you feel in your body hold the key to unlocking your limiting patterns, transforming stress, and generating lasting happiness. Your body gives a constant stream of reliable information about your experience in the form of sensation. It's a library of who you are at the deepest level, including all that has happened to you and all that you dream about. Understanding your body sensations will transform your life. I love it. For many people, looking to their body sensations to transform challenging emotions and increase emotional intelligence is the most important piece of the puzzle that leads to happiness. I can attest to that, me personally, in my life. Me understanding my emotions and effectively learning methods to release them. Whew. And when I tell you that you learn how to heal yourself emotionally, that it is going to trickle and spill throughout the rest of your whole life and just make you a more equipped, a more badass, and a better person for the world around you, for society, for your family, for your friends. So, you know, don't count this knowledge out. Emotional intelligence is important as fuck. So, this is especially true when you understand that sensory and emotional information is recorded into memory first. That's why they say when you're learning something, it's good to incorporate emotions, because it's however many percentage more retention rate that you actually learn something with emotion. And I would encourage you to actually research these things on your own as well. If this is something that you're questioning, definitely go research it on your own as well. The nature of chronic stress often results in a buildup of energy that gets suppressed in the body. This is experienced as sensations of contraction. So that's when you get like that tense, the knots and stuff, you know, when you don't stretch and you don't get it out and you don't breathe effectively. So the process of expressing pent-up energy involves unwinding this energy through the body, sensations, and emotional release. This unfolds organically once your internal resources are engaged in a safe and supportive manner. It's the resulting feelings of expansion and renewed life force that makes the lasting happiness possible. From this secure, open, and present place, you rewire your brain and solidify neural pathways of happiness. I love this science, this emotional intelligence science. It's so amazing. Like your thoughts, your emotions are literally shaping your whole reality, and that gives me so much hope to know that, you know, that it's not controlled by any external circumstances, and that we got this. Like, we can reclaim our lives and our sovereignty, and we are doing that. I love it. So the process of reconnecting with body sensations and emotions takes time and trust. This is especially true given that ongoing stress disconnects you from your internal experience as a way of protecting you from overwhelming sensations and emotions. Unwinding works best when you allow yourself to be guided gently and slowly by your body's natural rhythm for healing. It's not helpful to rush or force the healing process. This is something that a lot of us, myself included, need to hear. You know, a lot of the times we have these visions for ourselves. We want to be somewhere in life, but the reason why we're not is because we're not fully healed from past experiences yet. So we sometimes actually cause more detriment to ourselves trying to force healing and overlooking certain things so that we don't have to address them and effectively deal with them, that we damage ourselves even more. So the healing process is very gentle, it's very natural. If you actually notice, if you've ever fasted before, I know a lot of people haven't fasted before, they think it's a bit extreme, but it's something that I feel every person should try in their life. Like, I'm actually going to be fasting once a week, and this really helps me to keep in tune with my body, to keep in shape, to keep my emotions in check. Another thing, because our emotions are also heavily influenced by the things that we eat. So you eat like crap, you feel like crap. You eat heavenly and you have a heavenly body and you feel amazing, you look amazing, and that should just be enough for us to want to do that. You know, I've been in the position, in the predicament before where I just had so many blockages and so much baggage that I haven't healed and just didn't even know about. Not that I didn't want to address it, but I just didn't know about. And I thought that I addressed everything. But, you know, I still had some things in my subconscious that totally needed some TLC, some healing. And it's an ongoing, forever process. And, you know, I love it. And I want to help others find their own healing capacity, because, you know, healing is never outside of yourself. You have the ability and the capacity to heal yourself. Finishing up, it's important that you feel present and safe when you're healing. Your innate drive for homeostasis is always present and heeds the call for healing when you listen to your body's messages. Healing is a very, very natural thing. So as I was saying earlier, is that when you fast, you actually allow your body to take a break from like all the digestion that we have to put it through. You know, we're not really meant to eat 3 times a day. This is something that it's not for everybody, you know, but we don't need to eat that much, the American standard diet. But when you allow your body to be clear and function at its natural capacity, then it actually starts to heal itself. A lot of people don't let this happen within themselves, but you know, a good example is if you've ever been sick, if you've ever been put down, and a lot of the times we get sick because we haven't addressed our emotional problems that have been built up, and we're just running around and we haven't taken care of ourselves. Another tip, when you get sick and you get put down, all you can eat is soup for like 3 days, and once you reemerge from that, you feel like $1,000,000. You feel better than ever after you've come over that sickness, and you haven't been able to eat so much, so your body was working double time to restore itself, and you feel 100% better afterwards. So, you know, that's a great example. When we're sick, our body naturally restores itself, you know, with the help of the medicine that we take and different things like that. But your body is always working. It's always replenishing. Your cells are always multiplying, and they're always fighting to protect germs, the bad germs. I hope I'm making sense here, but just know that your body wants you to heal. And when you actually work in unison with the healing, the sky is the limit, not even of the things that you can do and the person that you can become. So this was actually a really fun video to make and a cool topic to talk about. I really love talking about this kind of thing. You know, it's a rising conversation, not only in the spiritual community, but also in the scientific community, like also in the neuroscience community. Yeah, you know, this is important. These are important findings. These are things that we didn't understand about ourselves a century ago. So it's important that we keep up with human evolution and advancements and apply them in our lives. So I hope that you guys received value from this video. I know that you guys did. I'm trusting that you did. And please let me know how you're going to apply this knowledge in your life. And I would love for you to like, comment, and subscribe. Namaste, beautiful souls.